SkyTV irakari abantu tuseyo okuyona imwa muri emirimo y'imwata w'engaro abyagenda je nebyagenda kubi ntubasa kucamu bice naro butabaho konka kasite cyukura abantu batikina magara nenda kushasha negombora kanya rero na UPDF family abakorgaho na basa Fred mtabano wa late Kabasheke, so the great Kabasheke family na neighbors mwena nakanya rero nko kumuri sasha nimwe kandi atungumuisha gukora Abaho buri kimwe cyankigenda nko kucime kwankigenda mwebare abakora imirimo mingi n'ibindi bingi biri mu ihanga hari yo katsikano oba parliament zo mu regions na leta zayo opposition no shote tugizire kurabero mu lead of opposition bagira ngo iki cyo kwato muhanda iroko matwaza guru twargayo twaza mbara twaza masindi twaza hi mu regional cities kuza yo kutayo okustama kwa parliament bateka tekereyo icyo no shote cyongera ku tungo ontaro zirengire side mu bagira ngo sente zo mpiwo mushoro billions zitane zinkura burukika ngo izo billions z'u franca berna kuza kweza okustama ngo izo sente nyingi munonga zo kutwara parliament mu regions abana mbagira ngo nugo mu gishogonka gwihangara kutunga okujya regions zizbatahamisho because parliament yesta muguru njija kutiyamba kutafocus aruguru kureba ikizubu cyayo nikiyano ukurikize y'abantu bakugamba all said and done bimanyiwa ho stami konkibe nabyo ntutomera yoko omuhanda no suroti ebinde kakasage SkyTV wireta sono konka president shaira neja gamba nabantu nombro buke president nja kwa addressing ihanga anshonga zebyo kutunguka n'izindi enshonga we deni izo bari asande biro 11 hariyo omuzano gw'amana cyayirshire veterans hamwe n'abanyamahurire mbeja kwamba mazano mpira okukira munonga neja kwa ibinde bikutongozebwa omugigi mukuru mu brigadier general rwashande cya muzikita kandi mpiri ryo thamtare mwangu ibintu bintu wabiteka tekere a lot is going on bikwija nebyizire pano kaputosha ashira program bageto kubira mbanyeta Paul Abaho da political surgeon amone kaputosha yashira hayantebe hari ya muheru no munya FDC ningira ngo Dawuda tugije program yo munyakore nfa da cha kwenda kandi kumatumixing ibintu y'icyo y'umunyagore so no afada cha kandi ampa hinanye nubamweta Ambikire Robert Kanso Ambikire Robert honorable akachika home council ya Sembabure kandi ayosere on politics bwire burengwaho mu corridor zomo so wagamba karuru kagamba okwetsimba kagamba kusingwa kagamba kuhagirwa Ambikire ibintu bebe nabino fika kandi argo mu district iyakarura kayo twakaburaga kwera Antomi naro mukoti kare mentomi koti Sembabwe kandi specifically na argo mwishaza area rw'umuyaga so mbwena Mbikire mu gigisho yini kubaho aho kwa aine hands on experience mbamweta Barnabas akantambira bakekira Barnabas akantambira bakekira aketimbo mukaruru ka hwire akakiruhura na okitinsa cyamanawo LC5 dano mukago akaruru kagenda ko kagenzere konka tuwe cyama tiza baga mbere byabiro bakabetse LC5 tiza baga mbere cyabiro bas tuwe cyama tuwe cyama nundi so kirya haruna kwija kutugambira exactly what happened and finally bamweta kuna izina kuna kwa niza kurugamba je beine Robert is a regional mwete election officer ninga electoral officer na korana electoral commission ikitongore iki ningira ngo topic yeri izoba ndeja kutuza kumuhakaire kinjo tuikirize kutapinga into what the EC is doing topic yeri izo maramwa nsagamba ntebekana se shoire electoral commission ninga sheka kiko akakurondesa ubururu kashuize intekateka yako eiketsire intekateka yako yo mwaka 2025 2026 nabo icyo tuje kumanya wana ne haye intekateka umuntu uri aho kwenda kwetsimba no rwera kutera karuru intekateka yune harumuki twakusha mu break down intekateka tu ikintu kisiya intekateka kushora nikisiya wenki intekateka ishobora gutosha kuko umuntu kizo mu bururu kandi hakagira ibyabara kugenda aje kandi ukashanga mu isi ya preparingirege ninga shabantu idwe nizo tatebekanisi ibweje abeti mboshutu nuba tatebeka inege so ndweja kumanya erizo twaza kugumu yegisho nsakwa twamanyire ninga yahiturator kumutwanya bere kizubu kitura omwami Robert neja kutiyambaho beine nawo not this one ugo no kutonzi ugo kitabo cyene cyo kutonzi amatsiko tugiye numero beine Robert nubo twina amatsiko nanisha wangu turamutse abantu briefly amon tugambira uko sibire then uramutse yabakore sky we just and the beine will be the last to greet then to igure ho show ye result
shogu no gutari marama ayusira kabiranje umukondeminga events birezubiroho last fortnight yo kubanza nitwarebera abana bitu ashaka na mukaga bakuzon training Kenya forces na UPDF na ISO na police bako kidnapping no very court case because I don't think Kenya is a bad neighbor you twinning the terrorists wa Uganda kana bujaji yecho but tugambire ngo they are bad neighbors in Totagara
so bakawagiye training
leadership training kana biba ikireyo and unfortunately nawasho charge sheet n'inyiza on 23rd and 24th bakatambura 24th evening babagaruza so bakaba training robecha and other that like then the next one is still condemning actor biho every time na mukaga na mshanja actually where leaders wanted to take their protest note embassy ya Kenya karaba kwata members wa parliament bashaka atego tinkwasiga ngo aba police member wa parliament nari yumugwira rukwata kipapura kajya twara embassy because those are the issues z'abantu zikuba bimeze twenda tumanye are we at loggerheads with Kenya ni training ground yabahekera n'abandi ababyo tutazayo because na Kenya twenda twiki rene cyamera umunungari yo muyecho is the way court handled the last day ejo chenyire cha obuba kwata semejo na kamara na bakajinda the selective application of law to ngamba ambekiza kujima misho kutaba abantu 10 bana charge sheet ukarekura ho batanu ukasigaza mwendo hasa na mwenda bamero cyo baba winebero mushanju biziro mukoti ukabata the stringent measures omuntu omwino muchome mugendo rundi baro ya RC rundi nedanga muntu birete kakase miu hasa no muchome so kote na yeye garuka mshwaya ejo captivity yaza kubura makuru abantu babiye mu bisi yo barano
ababone buhagamba tubiyesige kijari
program nagiye tukuri inaga mu
COVID
yes
ambikire
Mwan Paulo n'abakorera Sky TV panelists bagenzi banje nakushira munonga owizino Mwami Robert kandi wa Electoral Commission abo kubana bwatakagambira ine baji twamwetegereza mu kitongore cya Electoral Commission muntu wakwakira kandi twakushemera indagarukamu ikintu kimwe ansongazi umunya FDC yagamba na munonga ahacyagishite n'abantu kubashaba endangamuntu ninge barazaciya person C1 bambaza kubahereza bail mbwenu hariho eziba kweta constitution bail guidelines za 2016 nizihereza lisiti y'ebintu ebyo omuntu aine kupresentinga omu kooti kuza kutunga bail. And one of them ninga kimwe hari byo nibana benda kumanya because necessarily omutsibe yabari omukyome tuwakuza kwandika ebarachi yama chairman baba batamukomera
icyo cyatangaza umukomero wa chairman aziyata
amateka garuko abakwija kumushabira okumwemera yaba ari umutuza hacyare nibantu bamumanya mbwe nuko mwana rubarema ahati chairman namwe so bamukomere nicyo bagambira chairman
bisho chairman batinduwe
kashi hati no reba mbwe tureke kondoninga inkoze bihagara kandi amateka gabagaruho ababa kwenda kwija mu government tinkuma hato rigenda hibarushitya konka bashemeye kumanya government nebane tegekwa amategeko.
Okay.
Kandi government ya democracy bambenda kuyija nejo kandi to kureba biragiro bya kote byeteireho ukagira utebi tubine mugasho.
Okay, that was it, our topic to just what yes bana kwa Sky TV ningira ngo for the first time. Is that Sky?
Actually for the third time.
Program in English.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Bana kwa.
Yes, I'm Paulo. Ibare munonga naba mpurikize na panelists bagenzi banje musibirije.
Turije.
Yes, nashemera munongo kwija hagundo murundi no kumpa chance kandi wanyeta obwire burungi. Tukuzagamba aha kikwatari no bururu. So nakushemera omwe Robert ni expecting abingi. Na Robert munywano wanje nabakira.
Okay. Yebare bana tuyengo. So Mr. Veine twakwakira Sky TV.
Thank you.
Yes. So nanishawango oramutse bakutureba dino tugambire your role, specifically your role to us.
Right. Thank you moderator Paul. Takagumizemu ndaza kubanda jwanzo rurimi rumu kuhulirati na English because ndamanya nto muri region y'Inkweta Southwest. Tuna tukashoma English no ukiga runyankore biragendera hamwe. Like bread and butter. Ngono naza kunsasira wale bandagamba ndazwanzo kwanza. Konka mbikuru byona amazina kuko wabagatwire banyita Veine Robert ndakora na electoral commission nari shaka chiko karatebe kanisa ibyo bururu muri Uganda then what others mainly called the National Electoral Commission. Wangampiro mugisha akakachiko nkakorire myaka 25 which is half my life. Wewe naho urabasa kubiriza umanye myaka yenyewe. So mazire myaka 25 ndakora nakachiko in various capacities. Narakoze ronka returning officer kunka hata kalima kunina hata regional officer nda supervisinga a region eri mu district 19 eza ankore na chigezi ko kumukuzumanya na staff abakoleramo na activities. So bato ni kwenija onka omukuru byona ndikwebaza Sky TV n'abaturikize n'abari kutureba amikutu yanyu uri bombuye kubanza kuganira.
Okay.
N'abaturikize mu studio yanyu bari munonga.
Yes. So now ningira mukatutandikane no kumanya roadmap y'ensishuri narshi entebekana sensishuri ya Karuru.
Right.
Hashiriki mwagira ngo entebekana sanse mpamvu tugira ko hashiriki.
Right. Nyikiriza ebimwenye juniseho iteka ikuru rihanga itukweta constitution ekatuhereza functions under article 61. One of the functions is to ensure regular, free and fair elections are held. Another, to organize, conduct and supervise elections and referenda in accordance with the constitution. Lero article 61 clause 2 ejirango electoral commission shall hold presidential, general parliamentary and local government councils within the first 30 days of the last 122 days before the expiration of the term of the president, parliament or local government councils, as the case may be.
So akakiiko aka nikija kutebekanisa ubururu omubiro 30 ebiro kwerekayo ombiro bingai.
Let me read it again. The electoral commission shall, not may, shall hold presidential, general parliamentary and local government council elections within the first 30 days of the last 122 days before the expiration of the term of president, parliament or local government councils, as the case may be. Ati na atandikira muhero kana bwinshi nalitecho ati ndi muni kwa civic education nenda abantu bamanye ngo nubaka chiko ko kuchererwa kushoboza engenderwaho. That cornerstone is in the law.
Nubuka kuchererwa,
but that cornerstone is in the law.
Ombirasha te kwerekayo ombiro 222 ebyatamu erikwerekayo.
Yes.
Ntwapije futera kamwe.
Nimureba ubutosha bwena akachiko kubuli buchiko kagera gobulemezi mu kutambuza emirimo yako. And one of the foremost challenges ni government kutahereza akachiko esente eziramara kugira ngo katambuze emirimo. Yeah. So niba muri aho ukwebuza ngo hati hariho ki ngukonkai katushimira kubani tutero ubururu bwa rusibwanu hariho ki ubo bacyara hariho ki nkebe konka aha muhero murabasa kweziringa kuko murenda kusha. The cornerstone is in the law. Na bwenu kugendera hari jo cornerstone akachiko kakataho ebibiro omungenderwaho. The electoral commission has already ascertained that date and tutireho, I beg your pardon, tutireho ebiro the polling period mbwenu 12th January to 9th Feb 2026. Ejo niyo time frame yokute yokutera ubona from presidential, parliamentary, local government. 5 and 3. That is the polling period, which is about a month. Niko kwezi kumu.
You can see.
Murijuka lekambiso enyimaho arobu twatutezaga obururu bura spreading over a period of 3 months. Kunkanite tuja turega tura synchronizing, tura combining polling periods. So now the practice has been we hold presidential and parliamentary elections on the same day. Then turugayo tuza umu LC5, then turugayo tuza no LC3. Ameno bundi butijiramu. So that whole polling period is 1 month. That is 2026. Why am I splitting that? Mwaba muragira ngo obururu bwa 2026 mumanye ngo 2026 is only for polling. Amwe nabaraze kuba bine petitions in the court. But now the critical year is between now and 2025. Obviously, time flies. We are now in August. Mbenu tuchibarengu ugumwaka guliko gulikwa wahwi So we have 1 good year and 3 months to the next general elections. Omungendero twatandikire tutahundagambira hatiya turiyo mu field. Turimo gukora ki? Turimo kuhamya emyatano at local government level, what we call electoral areas. Emyatano yo mu districts yo mu magombora. Eraze kuhotokamu abarenda kwesimba. Confirming, splitting, creating electoral areas depending on the circumstances that arise. Turimu kandi no ku reorganizing a polling stations. Emyanya imurondera a polling stations. Merging, splitting, relocating, okay. Those 2 activities are going concurrently. That's how we have started. This exercise is ending on the 16th. Tujihire 10 days.
So ataun tugira polling station area irhare mwen twashaba mu dimaji geneji aho batezbaka bakagire munonga bakira polling station mwen split ije.
But it's not that easy. The decision yo muntu oyine kuzomu bataka okababuza bakaguha ibitiso byabo okabihandika okabyakira okabihandika mu minutes okishyuza mu forms okashuba okamurikira ba stakeholders, the political parties present, you people present. So it's a consultative field process. We have only given it 10 days. Ndikugambira, why am I saying this? Nobu twachererirwe turi kutandika twine speed nke Subaru. Speed ya hiri. So wanye tanka kuganirira abaturikize ndashemerwa munonga akanakire munomugisha obuwampa kushorera abantu ndashaba ngu beta mu activities zitu buchari kare nakuchira munonga political parties. Why we are in a new multi-party dispensation? Political parties nibo ba key stakeholders mu roadmap yitu na rebire already the NRM secretariat yahandikire abuchira kwataho mu districts zabo ngo twatandikire roadmap. So eri kugambira ba registrars babo nabo bakoreki bamobilizing abantu kugira ngo beta muri activities. So we have started, the roadmap is on omubigufu ntarenda kwa other kurampakiri ndaza kushuba mvunurure abantu amatembezo gonyine. But for now we have the final date, polling period, and we have started. So tiachari okwezininga.
So abisi twine izoba barangira activity yatandikire kandi iri akaruru ryarangiriye. How would we tweteka tekerezo ninga anyway is technicalities zine impact akaruru ketu ningitwe electoral commission eriyumbi ayituyumbi
niba ramutebe kansa program kandi unkirize nsime owa electoral commission nkomuntu or technical yatandukana iteka eritweta supreme law ninga constitution ni kugenderaho ninga ngenderwaho yihanga. Constitution ne establishing electoral commission omatko yankaga ninga shure yankaga yankaga nemwe yashomaho kake nehereze mugasho yakachiko ka electoral commission kaine kora emwe yagambaho haine kiyatsigaye nangwa ija kigamba mu submission ye iba kweta civic education. Electoral commission kakachiko kaine act yako Independent Electoral Commission Act. Act ejo nitekeri yakozwe parliament erukwereza Electoral Commission okwine kukora emirimo yayo. Hari tweta Presidential Elections Act eryo niteka erukutegeka obururu bwa president. Hari tweta Parliamentary Elections Act ejo parliamenti ningira nayo act erukutegeka obururu bwa parliament. Then twine na local government act nayo in sections ezo kutegeka obururu mu local government. Kunkebe byona nibifeedinga omukachika kutukweta electoral commission. Mbwenu ekinaragaho mwami Paulo kugaruka mu kibuzo cyawe ito turede mbasa kugira ntego ninganga ngaha abwenji electoral commission okuyatandika nagamba noreba yataho discreet esente hata electoral commission yo nebeta ready ombwiro bwine kora mu emirimo yakachiko because kabere for a frigid office kurgatwarwa mu karuru obuka kuhendera ko kuyajya mu kabahendera nko 2012 byo kubanza ninga byo kwa kabiri 2026 hatkurgobo batandika kushomesa abantu government ide kuba yabahire sente batandika kushomesa abantu akarura kakusagarakaho because period y'imyaka 5 teko noremba ambagira ngo kisanja n'imyaka 5 ninga tamu office of the elected people n'imyaka 5 konke imyaka 5 teko akishare imyaka 5 nehwa akaruru twahereze katera bariya mwaterera kuba kubana baswayaringa ukwezi kwa 5 nubwo tamu of office rukubane so umuntu bamusinga akaruru agumiza muna savinga mpaka ori yarahira now ito turede ngaha habo kuba ayinebe kurakinga omwami Paulo omwami aketimba Barnabas nanye nkabandi umukaru mbono hire ibintu biritekano abantu abakutera karuru tubakumanya karuru
they don't.
Civic education by the way constitution ege yari yo natshomera harimo atwero kugira ngo ihanga rya vunura constitution rigite umuburimi orwabantu bakugamba omuyanga rya Uganda omukumanya kwanje tuine endimi zikurenga 50 so constitution eshemerere kubete ibumundi myezo kandi bagishomeza abantu babagambira ngo yashura yankaga neta electoral commission kutumanya bible now ecyo tukozurwe omwami Paulo
akwa bible ngiho mukutandikanye kumkushura
hat civic education mbwe nati
ushaka kumubona atkuwa
mbwe nato mushijo gwe electoral commission numanya bo nabajungu habo kuba we arteke nuko yija tushomera amateka and indeed nuko amateka
we yahezo gwe gwawe
yaheze
kandi yaheze
mbwe nati nyendo ngambere umuntu wawe wakanyariye kureba Sky TV yamanyaki
tiyabanyizo waje karuru
rihashe yagera nabo yakigaba no mu Rwanda between 9th and 12th hato wakanyariye yamanyaki
nabo tiyaba specific
wanyitege nabo tiyaba specific
ayija muhekesha mutwara polisi
kashate nicyecho so now abantu noreba no tukubatiri nakimanya neja kunjurira umwami ugwe electoral commission ekirungi akabaho returning office hatari mu office yahiguriye yo supervisinga bito akabaho returning office now kutukubatiri ya polling station omuntu neja atakumanya kutera karuru ayeta Paulo ijontera usanga ubundi Paulo nahagera kandi togo atakora ki atakwagera amutikinyira karuru uri atakubasa kamanya now civic education yitwendane no kushobora abantu manya umuntu wamushobora mu rurimi rwakwetegereza nimpamya ngo natekwa gukora ecyo wamuhabura ngo akore mbwene electoral commission omirimo yayo ne kora civic education kagiremo kandi tingi kuchibataho umunonga kugira ngo bakaremwa nk'abantu norebe imirimo ya government egi eine bintu kabishatu bukugiremesa ecyo kubanza electoral commission yo nobwe kutunga sente netekwa kora bo mu procurement process kuza kora buri kintu cyonekeriye nekora nibatekwa kora bo muri positions natworo muhire akasumu ningo kamunotify ngo tija aha Sky TV natekwa kora accountability baba tamuhire sente za mureta kwagaruka yo na claiminga mbwena ka sente cyo bunda kiyata Election Commission ne basaka muhereza hawira meza abiri Umwana nyikigerezo mu Paulo nawe ate cyo nikimanyisa
barashobora kubanje by'amafu
nkimanyisa ngo nawe no mwima muraro nubo akuba nakunda atumurumu naho umwana abona yenda kuza kushuma konka tushemerere kwizinga ninga kucendeza
biyokurasi
amani agari umwetororo gwa government kure sente kuza kora imirimo yayo ombwire omwami Paulo no kimanya ngo Electoral Commission nuburi ya polling station bajyangwa karunu katanda kashayitana ukiza kwija ushanga ikishane cyo muntu kicuikireho nkorubajuru process yabo no basa kujya nkare hari mu typing and printing error konka iwe Electoral Commission omuntu ogu obeyotuye wire procurement process bitkakaruru muka printing ranka ballot papers
so to discussing a readiness azeze shonga ni nkuru kubantu zitangaza njyangu nzira kutunga sasa so amoni nkimayisa cyo kurra karuru mu Uganda bakujya ngo niwe regional supervisor wa karuru mu Uganda no wino mu muguru kwingana ngaba kujarka hati
wagira ngo nani ntonzi yo kutonzi yo bija kumure
orikimero cyashaka ikatandikira muze ombigambo byamana chieftanse chief what yukangaka one Electoral Commission be nani fine constitution ne jitondaho tuni n'abanyarwanda b'inyo baturikirize n'abatureba bamenya ebizo byayo n'ingengora yayo kirungi ubutwa tiyo mu break abagambira mu kesimba levels 203 kesimba mu use councils tutakumanya na use council baratera karunu ba koza katirimo nahatera abakuru nahatera abasi azabasaba batakaje batakaronzo
abakuru bakiryo myaka ninga bagirengize
of course nabindi bakaba yisimbire no mu intereze ndeza y'iguru ko zabahiye cyenda na munana bari youth hati ngumi 2023 bakiri youth out of abantu 11 ushanga nkoko konka obuliro bwinji Brems and his offices but tukumanya ngo harimo question on captivity. Let's take an example. It's on record. Tinka Breminga isi kutateza karuka 1 na 2 kosente kuba stiyo abahusi ba Uganda bazohuta so toka Breminga umulisa ente isheka yagiguza nkai umshaka only that isi nayo ine challenge zayo nkambe kizo kuyagambira article 4 yokutekena nka okuteka ibiragiro byihanga omundeme zeitu nayo noshangate yokuteganisa 2 stakeholders baba kutugambira bazo mu demarcations because this hati ichi akorerizo would have been done nkomu June ninga May ntuza kutereza polling station zanyu because was a polling day mushangambe kiza yatera inera abantu 15 yaikama kana nkaba disk muha tokuterera basiwe na banyabe Electoral Commission fact ibi byo kuma demarcating boundaries mabici bici tibikabona bonise banya-Uganda nka registers zanyu 2016 tukashaba na 2018 tukashaba registers sebu mkungu electoral commission yavuga ya Gajinja road ya leta empty CD na jana nkumbe ngwatiretire registers estura nojara kaburu ka 2021 ya leta blank CD etile tiyanjana manage meaning they were not ready with this with the updated registers basero n'abanyabakaruni kibwata hati bibarumu factor in interest chairman we in interest hati making a sure ngo wakwataga nabo bari bakora demarcations uwa manyabazi kora nubayi bazitayi mwazo mu kwandika amazina amini kwanditsa kora registers you make sure ngo registers was bam because no hurabaje ngo twazo mukubona zempapura enkarara izargayo usanga bafira ribo boyegire kusingana bawuri bivuze kinaka yafiro kiyanditsaliya ukibuza biri wabo opposition umwana wanje biyabagama ngo kutoza yaza kumureba no but biyona ni bitkwata because sente zikugwamu. Take an example, mushabire 3 trillion something okumwa akakaruko nakawi hizo 3 trillion nimkuto zikuingana cyano jango muyanga ningana amashomeranga era cyo kuri abindi public kujya ngo karubainde bakiyo wakwana kine na mugasho batumbikira nkamarwaro batiru nkamashomero abana bitu bashura because it doesn't make sense kungo kakwata utabarwa bishatu bwiyanga ukabuto mugaruko kwitana ukabuto mugaruko kuza kwiba ukashanga ni handicapped ngati nzize kuchigambira abantaza an example omu direction ya kasese busongora ngoze tubusongora not camping bakakwata candidate ya bwana yakama yimirinko bamukiriza byakama batongo gatsikani mana tawateche yase hatina nyikatinyi hati umkama electoral commission humshana nabuza taba barakaine kabatiru kunuku bamukiriza wareba hati amani gabugare ya yebzaabza ya garko moto har memba ya karokto ageze tukana ikere direction ya Kagoma ngasiba mbirka na commissioner kayo ogona nkobwa bire nanka bwa kasha because bakija bari mu kachiko ka parliamentary legal affairs tuwaza ntunga mutu amugambira nibyo tukure bya kubire kuboneza karuru yenga kubita mukubagiro direct on primary ziba musibura bamuwa commission saito tubugana namye wisi turakigambiro kana kuchikora ori yo parliament akabona Kagomba gushon and resident abakaba tukatu akasupervising rego mbrenda ne supervising so tukatu no kubugana everything after 30 minutes so konkenwe usanga tukuba premigira na kuche kumwe abakozi bihanga because ntumanyu buziba hiburi ubuzibu yo executive na parliament kubateza amateka bakagabateraho gatakore byakubire uko because to me what I would think electoral commission bwana regional supervisor you report to your bosses you apply the 3 is Uganda revenue zirezireme mushomesa abantu mba engaging nabo bamenye cyo kuzakora ntizeje ine kikubaya but this business yo kuza twesomera ha ma TV kayomba because ngo kumbegize cyo zati ngo wanje wachereze shana biri ninga webiye mwinaka kwate ninga wezesha umudayirizo yibindi naza kumango halona nakaruka yo kugenda mesho because you'll keep on getting wrong results at the end of the day nchokurebera buri electoral term abakubura futera karuru bambegize na bamwe n'abashomero nabakanya and no batakanye I don't know whether it is intentional nachona basabye kutugambiraho kushanga ngo nka presidential elections nushango burufire kusingana na some of the candidates leaders. Take an example, last year twatwina 2021 emitwaro mwenda candidates abakurenga mukaga banenga bari yo mitwaro mukaga garkas ari intentional no mbugitakana no abantu bakumanya kubutira what are the circumstances ezikutuma namo no wizire kutira itakabu no butabesga what are those issues ezikubaletera ebyo konkreta man no kora mu improving mu activities zanyu much as sinde tiruho because ntumangu na government imukora nayo lusoro kwa twachigambira musho nke jeje okubiri as ebimuntu basa kuyesiga the leadership konkacha karuru NRM if I'm a good teacher I may not even give them below average. Na below average ni bana abaya.
Okay.
It's below standard.
So, Barnabas.
Yes.
Ningira gukira kusolvinga problem y'ubururu bunu mbere mureba. Now that EC yaronga kare program yabagambiro bakaruka kuzafuterwa yabaho bwire. Ibi yasigara tibyanyu kumanya abatizbanyi bakarura hibari tibyanyu kumanya ninga himkwetinga gukora ama adjustments so mu polling stations tibyanyu kumanya all that kandi tibyasigara tibyanyu isi yo no mu gihe byanyu igebere bamwe bani bya implementing
maybe utakahende ebyaba specific
abaje Uganda yanye ni wirara.
Okay. Iyo bari moderator ni ndakusima umwamiro batowa isi ahawo kwije no kubo nintekateka nko haraho body neglected na leta kukira kufibwaho kandi very important ni isi twashika no hurangu hagire hebero byo bururu hazo bururu bwo butagashyira haraho bunda agataho bwo kumanya oburu more determinant areas zindi hato burya muhero no burfaino mbweno bwo bwagata hata ubwaza kwije mukakuyege nubuza kwije mukatsindikaine hata no roko okutwafera gataho aha bwo bantu zago bantu fana target yabe ibatiriwe kandi nintekateka ngo kogire ngo aba EC nubayimuka bukirikari begesa abantu icyo bashimye kubana bakora. Thank you so much. Yagamba gihaza yanshemeza yagira ati umuntu batayine funds and yet turiyon turwana nturaburizo babo sente zo kusisikara ezihanga corruption yitu kubantu gambaho every day. Now funds zezakubira nziyamba it's like an emergency umuntu arya hacupa wamugira ngo arya oxygen wamugira ngo silinda za oxygen za hwayo no expecting umuntu gukira nabariyo naza kufa. So mbona washanga ngo ihanga no kubaho kuyihanga kurya hamana gabantu abakuba batereye ubururu ecyo kureberaho ihanga ryitatu no kusima nakarunja karo nabwa president Museveni mbwene kutukubantu fana ba MPs kutukubantu fana ba chairman LC5 na LC3s nabandi ntugira ngo bwembezi bwabo tuburungi enshongezi patri niziba contributed by EC aha bako bane betegeye abantu kibarakore nebe tashomese abantu batwaze bate bintu obururu omugasho go bururu nguhenewe bahika buri omwe na hata wishemo buyija TV haza kwa ganda meza 3 atagarikireho and yet nubwo bwire hati obu EC na bodies zone zo concerned za concentrating level media platform yona za concentrating level tehuriza kubera abiri yoko mbyaro za kubenzika hamagumbora bakegesa buri muntu omugasho gwa karuru no kashime kubana katerwa no muntu akamanya right ombururu obururu nubufa abo kwa abantu nabata kuma bakushime kubana butwaza hato muntu kanko cyo kureberaho cyabere home previous narebere hombururu omuntu kwimuka kajya tazabangira ngo registers zanyu ezimukuza kuterera naza kwijasha hetnet tumukumaniza rge ezibakuza kureta nazi you don't know tumukazi chekingire okayija no expecting ngo orya ha polling station ejo bakakujya ngo toru orya hari area aha bako bana bamangu hata you were umuhagizi wa Barnabas, so you're not supposed to be here. Mbwene za kuri yo rashange Robert uri kubasa kujya to wishe mu barekire. Kana yo torushongo yo mako kuza kushika yo shangane bo. So bakutambikirana amuhero hendero takukimanya. Konka ko gire ngo abantu baba preparing ireje abantu. Ukamanya ho kuza kutera karura are in advance. Ukamanya osheme kuba notera uta. Osheme kuba notwazuta. Aho at least ninjangu ihangara kageraho ekirya tungamo. Department ya karuru yo kuteza ubururu erimo equivalent nko kurebe y'amarwaro ahabo kuba babatatize ryo bururu nibo bebembeza kutunga quality ya leaders kutunga nerwo mu quality of work done by EC kwe kuberimbi work nasho mu rugo rwakorwa ba EC yabo neitwa muhero situnga bebembeza babi omurimo guko baguboneye aha muhero nsitunga abantu barungi so ito nk'abantu baburijo wagiye tuti twatomo tikiriya harimwe tikira harito abagwa nenda kugamba ngo nahata bebembeza bingi abariyoni baza kwetsimba abariyoni bastrugglinga kutunga igi road map tubakagitungira bamwe nabagitungire no baki nango kandi hato no hurangu harho ezitu nke NRM zikiriyo nzira mbwene tubato amesho gati tigiri gura mesho shayo na kurikira bariki tutandika ryari ntitwaza tuta tokayikirizibo ubundi kuza kuronda bururu officially so mbwena ni ntekateka ngo abantu abo government yo bahereza all necessary resources human resources ntibakira kutekateka ngo bono bingi konkana bakimunonga nambwe ntatogwa rya ha radio konka abantu abo mbyaro tubakumanya bakaza yo human resource bakashomesa abantu finances bakaba funding abantu abo bakashuma bakazumbyaro akibuka kuvuga moto kakashanga ina fuel kitari cyo kwikizo rya karuru bakabona kumuhereza fuel ekimwana mugamba ho kugira ngo naza claiminga amuherwa meza naratana babone ku muri funding ni integateka ngo sky tekuza kumuha sente zo kugira ngo ija then knowledge ibarahereza abantu hatogwa very well equipped konkanye byagambe mu think of money and yet am a leader na ibimbuza kumanya niza kwerondera nkanye kubyishumisa haza harota kumakushoma nyo ni masa kwate kitabo ushome ko kaino takwasa kushoma kandi ko kikesha yo kuteza ubururu aba bantu nabano baba yo kuteza ubururu abantu baba bari stakeholders omukuronda bebindezi babo department ege bere neglected so much mbone iyo government kurne yamba ekatamu mukono haza nko kuya yabahire okwebahire authority ekagarke kebe empower then bakagesa abantu bakagambira ikintu cyabo hati tukeje enjoyinga za bareta ekitari cyo kugira ngo bareba muheru haburayo amezi hato waishe mone hora kwari yana tugambira tuno mwaka gumwe konka waza kubara activities ziri within 1 year abashemwe tubakuza kubyama.
Okay, so ngira ngo tutakagiye kumuro kake so Mr. Robert,
Right.
Biyobona atekateka ngo electoral commission mu jareti cya kabiri umutegereza season kandi mu mugwanyi nguma imusarare tifitegereza season sarare yari tifitegereza season yo nturgo mukaruru kati baturukatera guzaho kahwa gwija bonka yo mukiriro kwija kutwengage ngo mpintwe so is it about money chonka ninga che deliberate ninga no mukigendera kwija kukererwa.
Very good question. Takachigauchiremo, let me thank my fellow panelists for presenting a mirror in front of me. Ebiba baragamba byona nandakora tiki no mutwe. Why? Washoma general election reports zitu. Starting with the one of 2021. We are not shy of our challenges. We have owned them. In Kenya voter education. Let me quote for you what the general elections report, which is available on our website, www.ec.r.ug, at page 81 of the report, chapter 14, their challenges and recommendations and conclusion. Among the many challenges to inadequate and untimely funding of the roadmap, twine inadequate funding of the recurrent budget oyireho roadmap twine indijo birimo ekishemero kuba nitukora
Exactly.
etaliyo bulungi. Inadequate voter education, low voter turnout, commercialization of politics, misinformation about the electoral commission, omuntu akimuka akagira ngu akachiko tikachino omugasho ngukaragwera nkorubaju nkebyo. Late creation of administrative units, turaba turi aho turi kuzomukaruru turebe municipalities aho tokayo narisha amagomboro narisha constituencies ebintu nkebyo. Spillover of grievances from political parties. You know we are in a new multi-party dispensation. Kubarazaga mu primaries by the way wabarinda kumanya nkuko akaruru kashambire. Don't look at electoral commission's roadmap. Iwetegereza aba bakugu ba political parties batandika primaries. Nihora manya what akaruru kali. Now we have learned over time. Kubara hondaniro kwe bitushanga hano ya roadmap. Oli yangu bakanyiba mu primaries ndatekwa kwesimanga independent nkebyo. Late enactment of laws, electoral violence. Last time we had COVID. And then internal democracy ya political parties. Now let me zero in on a child voter education. Ako mwachigamba mnonga. Mwachifumentiriza mnonga. I quote. Inadequate voter education is a recurrent issue of concern the Commission. This is a result of inadequate funding to enable the Commission carry out continuous voter education as required by the law, and late enactment or amendment of electoral laws. This is aggravated by the late release of funds in the electoral cycle. When nachigamba mu rurimi roro futi. Ndavugayo, I take you to, you know we are a constitutional body. So, wangamba, nandi kugamba ahabizibu byitu, I can't run away from the grand norm, which is the law. Article 66 of the Constitution, ejirangu expenses of the Commission, clause 1, Parliament shall ensure that adequate resources and facilities are provided to the Commission to enable it to perform its functions effectively. It begins with the Parliament. How they appropriate, how they give the Electoral Commission money. We are a constitutional body, we are midwives. Electoral Commission doesn't print money. Electoral Commission does not allocate. We are an MDA. And to that extent, we are perceived to be a self-accounting institution. To are dealing direct with the minister, the minister responsible for finance on matters relating to our finances. Mbwenu, ichibuzo, nanye hati wambuza, nanye nyine undabuza. I ask Parliament, why do we have a situation where the Electoral Commission must write in the report that we are victims of inadequate funding? Nanye nyine hokwirukira kubuza icyo kibuzo, because it doesn't start with me. So I just wanted to clear that. Konka, be that as it may, nenda mumanyangu budget ya Electoral Commission. You know the devil is in the details. Twakumurikira esente ezi government erahereza Electoral Commission every financial year to do voter education. Ndabasa kuzatura na muchimanyi. Oraza kusheka. It is 312 million every year. What can 312 million about Huruchizi do in terms of mandate ya voter education, which we have been given by the Constitution? Your guess is as good as mine. So, but we are not shy of that problem. We have owned it. What have we done about it? From 2015, 16, akachiko kakatandika ku experimenting na voter education on mashomero. Why? Amashomero gali an organized setting. They can make programs for you, Oija or Sabana. Those are the future voters, future leaders. But also in 2021, twagumiza munejo program ya voter education in schools. Even now, that's what we've been doing. But schools are not our only audience. I can talk about markets, I can talk about border stages, you are my audiences. abataka baratambula every day on the street. The room is big, ladies and gentlemen, for doing what we call comprehensive voter education. Now, hariho n'akandi kataji kari related to voter education nakutuleta civic education. Iteka liraha Uganda Human Rights Commission obushobozi bwo conductinga civic education. Konka nitwe tugenze turega ngo waburi kuza kwegesa omuntu about voter education. Chobirekera yamba munonga wabanza na civic education. Before you can tell me about my rights and duties as a voter, first empower me with my civic duties. Can you be in the constitution? But I want to tell you, now Uganda Human Rights Commission, I don't want to be spokesperson. Konka, they are also struggling with the resource envelope in as regards pursuing their mandate. So it doesn't begin with us, it begins with the parliament. It's not deliberate, I want to clear that air. Yes, we are trying our best, but enough is not enough for that reason. Allow me to clarify on something else. Omugurusa aho, we are na mulike bintu ebiri rero nangwa yagamba ngo ekindi kizibu invalid votes. We are now in a situation whereby nituza umukaruru twaiza kutera karuru oshanga ba presiding officer bali kubara ngo aka an invalid vote is in Runyankore ngo nikabaka akora ki kafa meaning ngo presiding officer kuyaza kukiyo mu box tia basa kusharamu obanakoha. Reasons are many. No shanga hariho batix bwingi umuntu yatikinga kabaka ndi sibona hariho cases ezitukushanga umuntu yatonyeza nangwa yayereka umuntu wakunda kusha yatonyeza ari kukozesa an unauthorized mark of choice ahandike ngo oye oshanga nondijo yataye chinkum konka ink ya spilling over. So there are many reasons and we have conducted studies on that. Konka nenda kubamulikiraho. You have given me this chance, allow me to, the devil is in the details. Nenda ngu abatulikize bamanye ngo echa invalid votes hine obu was it in 2016 general elections kawura na mukuru wihanga President Yoweri Museveni ali kutera endurungu invalid votes ngwe nyingi nezayi ahabwe as a candidate akaya koze research bamugambira oramanya ariho oborashanga batonyeza nka nyindo ya candidate ninga ne kofira konka members of parliament bakija they clarified through an amendment as long as you tick anywhere within the line of a candidate if the intention can be known that is a valid vote. So but the figure nakugambira omubare gw'abantu ba invalid votes kirakutangaza. The figure in the last general elections, first of all, in 2021 general elections we had 18 million plus voters. To be specific, 18,103,603. How many people turned up on polling day? 10,744,319. Representing 59.35% of the registered voters. Those who don't turn up on polling day. What is the problem? Because you see, it is expensive to prepare for elections. Now, the invalid votes, out of those 10 million, the invalid votes were 393,500. As invalid votes represent 3.66%. Nendango kwate statistics are all the elections we have had since 1996. If invalid votes were a presidential candidate, Zijaga number 3. Abaho, a winner, a runner-up, then invalid zoshanga zisinga other candidates. You just look at the statistics. The devil is in the details. Is it electoral commission which causes invalid votes? Your guess is as good as mine. So I agree with you. Not that. We have nyowe in the kuchileta. We need to do two things at the same time. doing voter education minus civic education tine chora wakora mine kujenderana hamwe twine kwegesa abantu kukundi ihanga lyabo kandi umuntu yalete kigambo patriotism muramucenga kubi. But I have observed elections in other countries where they are patriotic. Barakunda civic education kandi barakunda chi voter education byonda biragenderana hamwe. So nanenda kuba mayisangu, just go on our website, the statistics is there. We have low voter turn up. Ahabgenchi kuturayika haruna kurokutera karuru twarize kutaya entebe kanisa. People are not turning up to vote. What is the problem? If you think Kachigarukamu, the reasons are many. Probably you can put a mirror before me and I also take home something to learn. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify and can thank you for being kind to me. It begins with the parliament. Our inadequacy in terms of funding. It begins with the parliament. So that's what I wanted to clarify.
Okay. Shine umamiro bata kandi ntugani bwe muzakumura okache wakutragarike tuija kubuza ikibuzo kuyora twargayo mu voter education then election day management umuntu nasinga ko polling station abaneke humukoti nar Kampala so harubuzu bwamani then sento mukaru plan chi election bishone ine omuntu bekansansia sento mukaru mpwa kusikendeza musta then tuje turebe kwa kwaro victims primaries mwamu in spillover effect ku political parties egionu mujija mugimanaging muta ninga spillover ningana kine hijaki what do you receive ke election bishone mu receiving buzubuki ku parties bintu tuje kutunga kurga umwami Robert Bazofuzo tuje kutunga some testimonies zampana zo kuyambeho kugenda nazo atwaba turi ntuzo mukahumuro katukumure ukache ansaga kamutakafa.
Sky TV irakari abantu.
Don't be a crocodile, don't be a crocodile, don't be a crocodile. It's wonders time, it's wonders time, it's wonders time, it's now. Baby jelly, hey. Habo jelly, hey.
Please, can you just leave my hair?
Hair shampoo, always beautiful, so beautiful. Life is beautiful with wonders everywhere.
Don't be a croco. Say no to imperfections and hello to a new world of wonders. Wonders, always wonderful.
Skylight Hotel, eresra uhereza bwo muremba muri Mbarara City. Ahi barukhereza breakfast, ngakatogo, omelette, Rolex, sumbusha, chapati, chai yamate, eyo mukaru, akatunda ko murembe nebindi.
Bineona chamushanere kutandika shamu kagazihangwe. Nibateke nkoko, embuzi, ecenyanja, muchamo, obushaza, akaro, ekitoche, echozi, emondi, greens, obutura, eshwiga, kande cyo kunywa, nikigenderaho.
Hey, manya bino buraro burunji bwo murembe. Aha bei nunji kandi warara Skylight Hotel Mbarara City, breakfast ne yabusha, bine rooms eziri self contained, DSTV, security rije kandi parking ne yemarira.
Bine bara yo murembe, pool table, sauna na steam bath hamwe na conference hall.
Skylight Hotel neshangwa omuri Mbarara City wahingura kace aha Vision Empire orguto rwatora katete ijuka ngu nibo ba director ba Skylight Hotel rukunjiri ebirukiraho tera notu mushanje mwenda 18 58 38 ninga notu mushanje notu mukaga 36 Yagurra Zuku TV decoder na satellite dish erizoba aha kabeyi kace emitwaro 89 zonka kandi Zuku decoder aha mitwaro 8 zonka rero shemererwe obwo rwerebera channels nunji nka series ezabana music amahure agaloko hamwe na gaheru yihanga nezindi nyingi yerebere Zuku Smart aha mitwaro 12 zonka Zuku Smart Plus aha mitwaro 16 Zuku Classic aha mitwaro 25 Zuku Premium amtware shatukakaga na 5 yegite aha Zuku erizoba buzima oshemererwe.
ry'abantu.
TV irakari y'abantu so kutangira korkayo omukahumuro kacyake dakika za 10 ya katano tukine mwami abaine Robert is an electoral officer and supervisor muri this great ankore and Kigezi all together so aine area mpango munonga kana aza futuyamba an experience ya imyaka 25 no korana kitongore cha isi ashware no bano manye ibintu bingi nabo shine jafutuyambaho nituzakora tsakukiza ho munonga than talking abokuba ibintu ibintu nibija ubururu atandikire so ntujja ku tapping into his wisdom mostly kintu cyesento mu karubazo takajiro ko yona maybe amon esente kubura kubanke utashomesa abantu all that isi engaro zayo nzera electoral commission engaro zayo neza nabazera yonka yuhire byesente naki erkirini referee ompira bagushara no referee asauja tefrembe tumwajimpa referee wasakuja nureba abazana bakererwa ukeje buze kitukubuza ref byora kuwobine wanoza kushara mazima amuntu ref ogwari hada
like our colleague has said, miaka netano wali official electoral activities almost na miaka nyingine nkabiro political events actually since 2001 because when I applied for a job in 2001 Kenya was overqualified for their jobs in Kazon politics. So ibitule tukurebe mutu bagambara mwe babimamisha but isi ya Uganda yo eriyeka nerondwa actually minji noreba waza kubona nga mutandikore kapanga nkastate atone bakuza bakwireza chief magistrate bakwanga bwa magistrate grade 1 bakwa chief magistrate ushanga wabuze mu high court atkandi babikube ekubita kuza kugira otora ngo mukuru wa isi yaje ari nkomuramuzi iyo twatwine engineer rero kubara kwamisha bizana nambo kabari byakunda bitekaho biyo mayibuza byagaye tu I'm self-seekers. I'm self-seekers. Because, one, I've always quarreled with the presiding officers and the polling assistants. When what I'm really wingy, but training. I don't know whether the training you give to them, or whether the training you give to them is the up to date. Because in our you can't imagine it a carry na wasta manona jango angu mtu waza fitirum waza fitiru Paul ya kwi ya tiru rubinja tera keye atera abandi babiri omuntu aisha tiru rurikumi ushangitsa cyaro cyona mbikize no kumakutera karuwenga ahawaterera engineer atera doctor atera kunka habwijimbi and the presiding officers and the polling constable polling assistants but in each because they are hand tied. You see, we've been running this program to call them Uganda is under captivity tuyumbu kwa tuyumbu ham obuhambe no kwiyaho obushobozi bw'uyi obushobozi ukabura kumanya umugasho gwawe. You would find a few elements of EC about serving ihanga in good faith, and you would find others as a baby in a power because the role yabo I will talk for ingom pira kwa biza kufuna wakochi bwa Madrid wa jamnotera Barcelona ubawe takikopo ngawa watera Barcelona bwo cyabo cyagereza
cyabo
ibi cyabo kira Barcelona
iwo tera Barcelona ibintu bijyo
so in a maze of teams I can categorically mention it here for him and I to report because in Basakuye Merera 205 west ni somo ndiye bakama akari umushango w'icyo uguba uziryo gutakamana igwa wire na wabuza mbigize royata kagama ngo umushango babizije babukasharwo babukazigaro manda nkongwa kahamba utishinga maya mwakari umutera restari sauzabe alitera restari sauzabe kabara kumanyari wiki nyine rwebera DPP no webera umushango gonkawe. So some people tujatu bari abakujo omu leadership ya position zeza man because they have been rewarded for what they everybody inje oba bakakora umnago aze umwitisha kijumisa nabandi abari genuine umsha savingire yakozire ya ijakuru ranks kuziza so electoral commission one okuyindwiza na mukagita independent ombegamba on independent electoral commission people must see the independence in you because the tuya tukurira million bishati 12 is not money actually is rock politician no ndere umubana bari bakubwa billion 5 rukaga magurije bakamhereza recovery ya billion 5 ngo electoral commission yanga yona million bishati 12 romaka fact you have imamukabire mwatoro tubira manje no office manje ngo mirimo twagira mronda baragikore ninga twagire kabati ejo nanka obusinye bw'ibyo bagamba ngo bukasharoma kumene mwe no businye ni muri yabo ku investigating. Two, you see, why can't we benchmark from our neighborhoods? Take an example. Yes, Kenya na ni basakweta teri kunka no mkungu electoral commission no Kenya jet buri umwe najibura mune and tinkumanya research team ya electoral commission yo ko kusubwire tekwetera umchifwe kabuza million 8 zitatera karwa binti zitakatera hatsikana million 8 kuziriza barafitera karuru ahaza kubaho because I was privileged to start Abaho. No mwami one of the legal advisors by his own by-election ya Chadon. Hajati mushabiri hanga no baratarikiriza kuzakamera. Hajati ndeni afite nitsa kubura bebembizi. What would force mbikizi kusiga utimbazi akazomkaruke cyo? What would force amon ninga power kusiga karamukeka sky akiruka kazomkaruru akakomukaza kuba mu violence kakuza mukwibu. Maybe to take and the quality of leadership and the quality of leaders up to in up to that gamba. Then why should Amon invest much money on Karura? Na kora civic na tsenchi ko muze kwiba muti ninga mushomesa abantu batera bati ninga ibindi no kubitireza nawo either mbasa kweta hall meetings mushabe obiyambi abantu bakore burundu bwasaba kumanya ko yabiyitegereza ngamwe nawe yabiyitegereza nawe akoreho meetings zeza yitegereza abantu. Then for political parties it's true. 2016 we ran a campaign we fight tinyangira presidential privileges roho zikabiriza roho ati washanga wakwata karuru when the districts ni was temereza abigana nka za bigana 5 wakwata president wamhameza shatebiro cyenda ngo yetoro mu districts igana 2 igana 5 shuare noramutire fizi bonoramutire rizoneho no bere bakombiri igana 2 hashimwe districts maza kuzitema mkangu zitemera pressure yati burizi kazi yashatu na mwene kwa kumireke na district yaneza mukabiri batatu no mebero bicyenda aha districts igana 5 because nigana na mukaka wabita mu municipality na ka division za kampani 5 zigana 5 so imwinka isi numuryango umuntu ngambekize naza kwiruka districts igana 5 ombiro 9. Those are some of the reasons na questions is public ekubuza kunkimwe kamuta kubiyanga na ngomu biyange ushanga presidential candidate nazo kubuna na police nazo kuzo districts ishatu and this is a handicap. Za kubuza ora mwa mtu gutuno kurangira guto no kwandika nomination besides zo sindi shezi bakanditse bakuba zuze hano mwana wanjye agamba agiye gushaka ibishoni biriho iri mu bitaro imwe bize tukareba mu 2016 hurra Kurgatinja Road ahe office the electoral commission ziri kuzaha you just cross over ozana nka hotel african polling station ya hotel african ikabona uburusha munana hurra sha munana kuyamu abo baitire na tsoro. So sure, how do you trust such a referee or a political or intentionally or unintentionally? Kando kara you are delaying meaning atakwenda na kujatina ngo bundi habo ika. Then why would you render yourselves kwitiriza na system zetu wakubira kufuna information fraud of information ya render very fast is the internet is the chibi biona birugi and you keep quiet over. Kana mukumangwa tuliyo advancement ya technology nanka ni mwingine wako tine mweme bezuwen ako ha business card taro email hero WhatsApp hero email ngamuitireza ashaye kushembayo ora umwa mkada basemba bure babasharo zakora mkada ngwabachiro bari kuboza kora kali rwambara aya tine zizireke so emwe binji sure EC must style up kugar calculate confidence kugar calculate trust bank namba system ya karuka mweka kakuru tukareba isiri ya biri kurumba elections all the by elections eke ya soroti ya buchimbiri ya kasese ya kayunga ya bukedia wa oranyo letoranya all by elections this is actually na bureau average na yone zimekweta na bureau average to that you kujambuli every leader condemned it and I think abanyangole binifumu wakati kapitero bisho kagira nguwezi because I saw the pressure your boss was on direction ya Chivasho na Guma yashi Here's another war zone. There was another war zone where I was waylaid 8 times. Hurra! You zonga monitor yumkaruka unora police ni kwat. Uno we meneno wa esimu kuganira muko deliberatinga nora police and kafate bani mangu shayo no mugongo maraka. Why should we allow that kukolero mumbera nke Joshua?
Okay.
But so all in all hope must be restored. So you know garaka drawing board nkabanyega. Nitu nkabanyega natinde mu isi. Nkabanyega natkaramwe ngari twari homo kwa twari egazo ngaro muri yo mwe yari yashemererwa mbekize yaje tinarwo mukoti nanye nibasa ko faringa leadership ngena bere nawo faringire azumu karuru amenyengu yakasinga ti yakasinga abasentezi kunka yakasinga uje mu system ziyanga ndizikora ekyanga rikweta obanyo
yakasinga yatakasinga be atakasinga no surut amona rwo tugira ngo isi eri ya level kugira ngo barabas no singa karuru isi nege ne iterisho mukirabo oine ishu zora na isi
nyawan ko muntu
oine ishu yora na isi
zero zinyine na isi ninyebuza umurumo gwa isi umuhango yayabwambire harimo kugira ngo akaruru kabe free and fair so washangana bagira ngo Barnabas yasinga Paul konka Paul niwe barangije hatejo neberi yashonge yinko banyene na isi abo konyondo victim kugira ngo umuntu wabara nawe konka abo kugira ngo yarabo mukona azizi yarabamu abakoyeni bakubakinga hapo bakuha security enough tubakireba tubakikauntinga kuba kiri important uriye kwara yasinga fine yasinga yahimbura konka hadi tor kusinga obwiro bwingi no shanga taba declared aha bwa factors zimwe na zimwe isi nkutekateka ngo shimikwa nema kukiza nyo abanya nimba nintekateka nkutatwa yitsimba twende kintu kitana kiti shimibona tutunga kitwayitsimbera kurigira aha cy'abantu bakwenda obururu ntinkutekateka ngo obuitsu nobwo abantu bona tubwo institutions so kuko buryo bw'abantu bona abantu nibakusharama mbono kuba kwanu basharamu owakube nabahaburana nabaha guidance akabari ogumzeiro utweta isi kwa kubata bahere guidance komzeiro ejo ni isi mpango to me so isi kwerbete imukire ekazo position yayo ekaprayinga role yayo ekakorekeshe mekubane yakoranka isi ntuzaguma twine leaders abatatore mu bantu and in a long run nzakushanga twine abebembezi abatashyikire or even now ndegande cyangwa ngo long run even now hariho positions zezo mu abebembezi abataratayirwamo abo kugira ngo kuriya oriyo muzaire tarafira habana abo ngo yaba setoringa kandi kininda kukicollecting abantu b'ingeno bakira kwaterana nangwana munonga political parties ni bakira kukiriza president bamwatakinga ha bintu ebi and yet is an independent body eyin kutekateka ngo president Museveni takwija kudetermininga kujata LC1 ya shere haze hogu nogu akonkani manyangu e corrupt isi officially yo na kidetermininga so mbwen isi nayo kunega rika munkayo hati hangarika tungira bembeza bashyira kandi kweragumize muna neiba kweta favoritism kampe cyo kurebera ho wishe mu gwatantu basa kwihaho mukago Gurdipa I am not saying that he is that konkantu basa kwiho umukago Gurdipa kuhara kishesha ya determining ajat hat munywanu wanje tafa bana basoga
tagira no bana basoga
atafa munywanu. I know that man. I know this man is a good friend of mine, a good friend, not a leader, a good friend of mine. Ti ajangu no muntu yatora no a good friend of mine hato shanye ngo bana basnara baho ahabo kubankanywana owishe Mungu. So eras is kora nyonko muntu think zatakinga government aningireba kubeine weakness na weaknesses za yonka yu oyihire hwebyo bikebe rukorwa nka parliament nko weshe mu cyana shobora kubayima sente kubayima emikono. The population is increasing burizoba population ne kunkana banga nibabongerabo no empowering nibongera abakozi no hora districts namba yitwashika nibanga yabongerwa mu abakozi rationale eyo kongeraho abantu abakora nabona abantu mani bahwamani nonda kunya ngo hatogo wishe mu hotel family noza kumweta naza kurgaha ze kigezi kwara narga kigezi ayetwa barukungira kwara narga rukungiri ayetwa babushenyi ya narga bushenyi kuri ya kirhura tumwe no mweta cyomaki isn't he a human being mbwenu nani ndangu government ehereza abantu aba empowering with security so that nabaka empowering security kun okay isi yanjaho ne baya chendera konka sofa
ibitaho
ti netaho ne baya chendera.
So Robert nimujumbu rumte ine agents to ine agent a polling station abantu banyu tubakumara aftera kaburu nimyaka ibar mutubashimese wa bakwata so Robert akibera babakibera ahase cyubo wenga kandi kumshara yati intera hona nkaro so then tucheza twarga y'ubururu bwa yanga to kubasa no correctinga DR forms to kubasa so capacity ushutu tuja no burumu tile capacity tureka ho bihengere opponent wawe bikozesa din isi tukitambuno itutene hitu inobunafu ni isi itwe tukata hiru kumtukanya okay kale electoral commission kati tukitirara bavu konka itwe where do we have a problem
never mom power when takagira kisobo icyito nkaba candidates omusheje ogu Robert in a constitution eshura yankaga na munana negira ngwenki
negira muki koti to no problem
Article 68 no inashome clauses zona or a specific one.
Actually it is not 68 ni nyani nka 65 65 negamba a independence
to clarify it is
62 thank you very much negamba independence kugira ngo electoral commission nekitongore ekyemerere cyonka cyaba cyemerere cyonka independence ne he electoral commission omwami Paulo n'abakore wa Sky TV independence n'omuntu actually ko kushoma washoma clause joninga atkejo na clause ya Hans clause 1 negera ngo electoral commission nkija kube kitongore cyemerere cyonka habwacyo kitaine ndijo muntu ori kukiragira ngo ugiyemo kuninga toro mwenyo ntakagira ba candidates electoral commission iri independent
kargarura n'izina ryayo independent
tenko manyo mugambe ndijo wakigamba okuba independent nibabasa kumbatiza hato nure nango bwiro boboro umuntu no batiza umwana wawe izina ryawe kunkana abatari nimbasa kweto umwana wanje ambikire akishare mwinde ni mwetambikire kunkati so nyebi kora no kundi independent we nabaso butabako now electoral commission yo iri independent omurumo yayo tutakashire ha candidates electoral commission netora neta ba polling officials electoral commission netora neta ba officials abo nibatora na merti ninga Paulo nyowe political leader nindeto umuntu wanje murabya hansi ntumuteo mbwene bahe qualifications zabamwe I'm not saying Robert is one of them konka baziha yezimu no shanga zir wanting
ushangara huwa P6 river
tukatu mwine manya wito mu returning office ya faking documents. I have evidence that is very empirical. Ya tahishomera hiyashomera senior 4 senior 6 ba returning officer mwami Robert taba senior 6
returning officer or
presiding officer
A level or level
that one na returning officer no shanbe naka degree something like that. So omuntu ogwe aka returning officer no wakuba na heading anga sub county
no
district
electoral district.
Okay, electoral district. Now that one was at the sub county.
That's the sub county supervisor.
Now that one na bobe ne qualifications.
That's right.
Now qualifications omuntu akaba afekingira senior 6 afekingira senior 4 nyowe ambikire Robert na handikira institutions eziyashomeiremo. I got information that was very thorough. Na handikira UNEB that person had never sat senior 4 and senior 6. Mbere kanko ma konka chat shobera. So na manyango ogo wabedariyo tuwewenga. Now ogo na basakure ki electoral commission independent. No. Echakabiro mwami Paulo. Itwe ba candidates abwenje tubatine agents. Manyana agent nawe kuza kumanya ngo na agent wa candidate. Nchibakirigire mu electoral commission kube muhere civic education and voter education.
Yes. kamsa kwigisa kuti kimwe
yes abo kubanyo kuza kuba agent ni nkumanta karuru ni manya ntagwa karuru bakaiba ni manya ntagwa karuru kafa ni manya because that agent bakwata karuru nareba tix ziri nyingi ninga tikemwe watikinga kashora kache kakwata omusako omboxi ya candidate ndijo ningira ta because nimpagira ni candidate wanje konka kunoja unimba shomesibwe nimanya echo kukora nimba nimangwa karuru kakora ki kafu omwami Paul electoral commission namazima parliament tekujja sente mbwire kandi nabonije actually kumbe ninde budget ya 2023 2024 ibahere electoral commission nareba ninka 24 billion if I'm not mistaken 24 billion now at 20 billion abirneina akarura kutukoza kutebekanisa akasenta ko ninde baruyare karakaje electoral commission ombwiro bwe kutungira musente hato batungire sente batandika road map kutukuba ntuburayo nkasande mu kutera karu nibaza ku training ba presiding officers na assistants babo omuntu orugurino wiho
ba pointing
ba pointing babarete omwami Paulo ba candidates nitwe tukureta electoral commissioner eraze ku training now do you want to tell me that those people are not partisan echo mwami uriya yanagamba because nyona aba wagira mwenda waterra chairman RCC that is what they do yaterra chairman RCC yaterra member of parliament yaterra chairman RC5 buyo moya leta bashiaho buyo mona atekwa kugumara yo musaide yabera rumu tu oshango omwe abera campaign agent wambiki hati ni presiding officer polling station. What do you expect? No teka ngwaho haroki haro fairness haha mwashku kubande agent nareba omwami Paul ti nanye ti kutora na ntata bwenu omwami oriya Eliab bani watikingira abantu abo nanye ninde kwa abo kuba turi abantu so mwene ekinkwenda nacho ashonge ejo mwami Paul neshonga ibiri tekyo kubanza electoral commission kwekoze report kwekora report egitahi
consumer no
hachi report ketakozruho twaza kukora ki because mukaroizinga bizubu twabireba namazima report buriya ekero mu COVID-19 hatero mwaza kukora ki ntuzaguma mu bizubu shinturra enshonga ya kabiri omwami Paul zo miliyoni 300 ziba kubaha numuzikoze saki kare ninke tuyikiriza numuzikoze saki amashomero agumukuza mugo harimo abatezi bakaruru bangahe embuyo kwata ka advert okagereza Sky TV because this advert ne basa kushomesa munonga bagigamba mu rurimi nyankori wagita radio station oshango umuntu ari yo musiri owitu karshonshomezi atiri haka radio cyakahanikiro mu kite nahinga electoral commission yahereza message nibatekwa kujuru konko mwana wishomero myaka 8 ninge 5 namanyaka ruri kikakumanyisa abashomero bagumukuza munigara ni university ni secondary school ni primary school ni tertiary institutions. Where do you go?
Okay.
By and large omwami Paul nabakureba Sky TV ningira ngo electoral commission like other institutions ye omwami Robert ya mentioninga iba kweta Uganda Human Rights Commission. When Uganda Human Rights Commission you tukaturi ya university omwana ya Zimbabwe guild president kwabire nashaba karuru yagira ngo institutions ninga sectors ninga organs za university nguzufire nzubura nguzurwire ngwaza admittingere murago no manya izo campaigning tools ngumbwene nguyaba taraberemu because that was his campaigning tool nzakfa babzike ko kati biri ya drip mbwene yo Uganda Human Rights Commission yekafa bagizika hai ka
through their training is the issue ya agents because bwiro winji tirakushanga ubuzuru bwa presiding officers versus agents. I don't know, era still nacho ntigaruka mu trainings because agent wa polling station in a distance, I mean na stamata na stamahe na supervising ata akaruru akumbe ikize because twatukora nanga appointment letters no jengu na kubusuburuzi kubakarebire bwakaruru kanje a polling station kananga kungatika ya presenting nange barati ngwa anguza kuri kandi zikuriya nyini za kureba karuru untware kuriya rene cha kabiri echamera aba agents is it intentional ni kom training abana banyu ngo yayikaho shay n'abasayininge declaration papravione bayashanga polling station batakatire na karuru because icyo nebiri turi yo kwibira makaruru usayininge uzabugira uti no baba yafune evidence ngwa kandi wa wasayininge echamyo icyo tukara mukubinga kamera za polling stations kandi mukuchimanga mwine na time ya court na arbitration na hati mbegize nkaro yayijana kakasimukeyi naza kutire inshobezi yashanga utkando tayisa kamera polling station shuware nobo muhine ngwatere ninga yesimbe then twinabana nebyano mukaruru kaninde bakushashura nanone nomination mukushaba bati 10 na mukatsa bokade buca twena tukabuleta habindi tukasha yamera mukatufundiriza
umwami Paulo ndukendera nkache nsonga yanje ningendana no mwami official electoral commission atugambire bwabo mukoze sana mubanyagiraki umwana akakora because icyo nacyo nikireta muraro yabana yargaho umuntu akora binkwatire ki
narakorra sente zibamo
ninga korra sente enguze ibamuhereza amanya ngo ntakuza kugobera abo kubimoto mukuza kumushasho
Owami Robert nigira ngo byaba binki ukorekanye yo kinanyira tutanikiriho ikibuzo dine muri corresponding issues
right
ekisiye kimwizero nacyo hatirikiye ekitana habindi byona ati electoral commission tugira ngo because nigira ngo burukora report hainde mukutekateka ngo ebi nebyitu iri mukutekateka ngo ebi nebya government iri mukutekateka ngo ebi nebyanyi kuhindura so twakwenda kumanya umuntu agency where you have checked yourself and you say last election report ikatupininga hangu tuhaturigi mistake now we are covering it up report ikajya tukakoresha beje now we are covering it up so umuntu agency black spots zirahi ezumukugeza kudiringa nazo then or responding in nashonga zabashije zimwe.
All right, Paul, thank you so much, and again ndikwebaza these panelists for boldly putting the mirror in front of me so that naikulichiza enshonga eziraba kwataho. Permit me to state that electoral commission reports are submitted to parliament through the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs in accordance with section 12(1)(o) of the Electoral Commission Act. I want to read it out, quote for quote. One of the additional powers of the Electoral Commission, or here functions in the Constitution under the Electoral Commission Act, to produce and submit to Parliament through the Minister a report on any election conducted by it within 6 months after the declaration of the results of the election. All the elections we have held in this dispensation, we have never failed to produce that report. We've never failed. Namazimangu, every after a general election, we hold what we call evaluations. Some of those evaluations haraharimu benchmarking nkoko mugurusi ya kigamba yali kubuza ngu konka twarafiireho kuleba nkoko agani mahanga garatwaza ebyabo. And I believe that benchmarking does not mean marking benches. Benchmarking means kuza kureba good and bad practices okija, you evaluate yourself, see what you can take and see what you can give.
Yes.
We have been privileged to observe elections. For example, this year 2024, if you can Google or go on any, it is worldwide, it is an election year. There are many elections taking place. 2024 is a massive election year, and it's a great time for benchmarking and for observing.
Yes, yes, yes.
I had the honor and opportunity to observe the Rwandan election. I was there for 2 weeks, and I was seriously benchmarking and not marking benches. I have had the privilege to observe elections in Ghana. I was also seriously benchmarking and not marking benches. Now, I'm coming to you. Wambuza, submitting a report. It's settled.
Yes, yes.
On our part, when these people are crying for reforms,
yes,
we compile these reports. Umulejo phase yachi, we compile reports and we submit them to the line minister. Line minister kwa kuzikwata nawe atekaho akachiku together with the attorney general. That in the pathway of how reforms.
Yes, yes.
Reforms don't come and fall on the table of the electoral commission chairman who was achieved.
There's procedure.
There's a procedure. Now I was giving you the pathway. Electoral commission compiles a report, gives it to the line minister. Line minister takes 2 paths. The line minister, who is the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, are the headers of those draft proposals. The Attorney General is in the Storm Executive. In the Attorney General's office, there is a specific office called, it has a name I've forgotten, Barazamba Shujum, because for them their work, their technicalities, drafting, kwachira, reform proposals, bakatandika kuzi drafting.
It's called a parliamentary commission.
It's called a parliament, okay.
Legal parliamentary commission.
So, omulimo gwabo no kwachira ebiteso bya byetu ebitwa formalizing from other stakeholders. Bakatandika kubi drafting. And as you know, in Uganda's law, parliament is the one which passes laws, and bills become law after a second reading. And then finally the president, who is the fountain of honor, and I think that's why he's called the fountain of honor, assents. He's an assenter in the process. Then things come back to us. So as your pathway in stakeholders, not every utterance and agitation ends up being a reform. Some reforms see the light of day. Others suffer a still bad.
Abo murebo wa Sky TV akachiko k'iby'ubururu karkweza kwakira bitekateko byane.
The minister
no kwetombita kwani kabihereza minister urukwatwa.
Yes.
Kare hatukoronda kumanyizina no batmaw now.
Nshonga za constitution.
Yes. Ngenderwaho na nentebe kanisa yiha. Now bacheza line minister go minister abitozo imihande ibiri. Aturiye tumuhora government then na ihega erhanger kusinga which is GoTv ya ministers atebyo okwaba kuguniyo bari abakwate bitekateko bitu bakabihindura entebe kanisa bakabityamura nar bakabirgaho. That's what he was talking about. So mwiri mwayitumbitira umburu burya ne mutaro mwitumbita ne bareberemu byaza kwina
na nebi ya because
Ndikuisha.
mshango gwa mama ambayo azagwa 2016
setting a precedent again.
na kezi ya ilikuwa
Recommendations.
ziliyo miaka tulikuzomu.
Okay, kare. So nanyenda ngo umuri baskadi because ibintu nebikuru Robert twija mutunga burizo wanje ngenda ngo. Aha.
Right. Wewe kumpaka ki. Minister yakorogweye ekyo ndi kimulukira abaturikize twena bamanye ngo legislation is not a straight cut process. There are stakeholders. That's why you see some reforms suffer stillbirth and others make the light of the day. Nkakwe chokurebera. Every year in and out I keep hearing this. The electoral commission, the way it's appointed. And that law has never changed. The agitation comes,
And
no sure.
Their recommendation.
Whenever we have these evaluations, abantu nibendangu to benchmarking, which I said is not marking benches. We benchmark like from say Kenya, and Kenya has been rigorous in that process. For them, I think they have over-legislated the appointment of the commission. They have tried everything else, but look at what happened in the last elections. Did that rigorous appointment of the commission, did it prevent the
So Kenya mbachukura batarobati ko kutiyamba okachi.
What I know very briefly, and I don't want to dwell there, it's a public process. Halimuna vetting. And they apply, people apply.
Then bashuijuma.
And they are vetted publicly. So, but what I want to tell you, whatever method you use, they will consider the Vatican enclave, which elects the Pope. They will consider Public Service Commission. Ultimately, there will be power and interest which will come into play when it comes to appointing members of the commission. Orena Dingo Tarenda, these names can't come from heaven. They must come from somewhere. Power and interest. Newo kujirangu lekatuteho akachiko kokoronda. Abarabasa. Mukabata. And then the vetting process, there will be power and interest. To that extent, I don't want to delve into it. But the law gives the president, who is the fountain of honor, the nominee, you know, when you warakorachi,
appoint.
He nominates. Let me read the law exactly, so that we know what goes on exactly. Beg your pardon. Article 60. That clause 1. There shall be an electoral commission which shall consist of a chairperson, a deputy chairperson, and 5 other members appointed by the president with the approval of the parliament. So it's a back and forth. Parliament is involved. By the way, in the history of Uganda, some members have suffered the disapproval of parliament. And when that happens, from experience, the fountain of honor takayonjera. Konka, what have we done? We have amendments which came in the last general elections. It's called the Electoral Commission. It's one of the amendments which came, which allowed us to use technology to improve our polling processes. So many might not have known because this law came the late enactment of laws. But for us, at least at the tallying centers, for the first time Ugandans were able to see district returning officers displaying on a big screen results at our polling stations. Why? We want people to see what is being read by returning officers. At Chirajiro, Nkati Nandi returning officer. My namesake, for your information, in the last general election, I was also a returning officer in Zimbabwe. Mukanya Wanya Kesha Ngandi, returning officer. I was in Zimbabwe while I was a regional officer. Returning officer, Yaya Chira result from the polling station. When can we engaroze Zozera Shara Ebahas? Ezra Rugamuchi? The results. Then, Oratura Ebiri Aha results. You read aloud to all present in the tallying center. After reading, you give your tally clerks that result that you've read to scan. When it is scanned, it is displayed on a visual screen, so that people see what you are doing, what you are announcing. So we have a very good law, and allow me to and why am I talking about these laws? We are good at legislating.
so enkora mukagireba ni yishukaho ege nkora ni nyangwa abakurikiza abakore Sky mukagireba kugira ngo ubururu bukabuterwa konka bakibuta computer kuri babarra hati bwija direct tubwecora a screen zaitu so results ostunga kukuzija zahika hosti ostunga zahikaho ostunga
so bwana Paul tinenda bwana Paul kankucho kalimi jwajwa wambuzi kibuze cyamuhero ngwimwe what have you added? What have you changed? Mutaho Masiko, we have the Electoral Commission, adoption and manner of use of technology in the management of elections. And this law allows the Electoral Commission to adopt ICT for purposes of registration of voters and update of National Voters Register, display of the National Voters Register, online voter data searching, provision of online nomination forms. Those of you who have been candidates, you know how bulky nomination is. Nebi papura. To the extent ngobumwe waza no kwika a nomination center. If the election is charged, you can even meet violence in papura with kwaka. Processing of voter education, managing of complaints, accreditation of election observers, biometric voter verification, transmission of election results. This is what came last time in 2021. This is what came. So neatly, we are not just sitting ducks. So yes, there are improvements. There are improvements, but they come in piecemeal. So that's my experience with the electoral reforms. I wanted to just clarify the issue of cameras at polling stations. Oramanya washoma the polling, the layout of the polling station. It tries as much as possible to protect a measure who omtezi wakaruru are exercising the vote.
He's right.
And to that extent alone, cameras are seen as a threat. And let me tell you, the Electoral Commission you see is not just an Electoral Commission which is supposed to be a sitting duck. Washoma Electoral Commission Act, what are interpreting the provisions? The Electoral Commission Act empowers the Electoral Commission at Section 12. It's a power, it's not just a function. It's a power. At F, 1F, Electoral Commission is empowered to take steps to ensure that there are secure conditions necessary for the conduct of any election in accordance with this act or any other law. Abishemene na muichirize, cameras are easily misused. Cameras are easily misused.
Your mission is transparency and accountability.
I'm coming to that. The law permits candidates to provide 2 agents.
Yes.
At a police station. Otherwise, democracy is expensive. Tuajire kushangangu over time. The agents, when we call them for training, they don't turn up, including agents of the ruling party, NRM. They never turn up for trainings. These by-elections the Mugurusi has been talking about, Zasoroti, Serere, Narukunjiti, have been privy to them. So, agents don't turn up. Then they just show up on the polling day with appointment letters. Where do those agents come from? And as long as that continues, as long as agents continue not to attend our trainings, we shall always have that type of outcome. So, to an issue with the caliber of agents, to an issue with caliber of our polling officials. The polling officials come from you, the community. Polling officials will not come from heaven. And that is a challenge. Estente is trabahereza ninche.
Kugantu complaining ambaremeza yo.
Kandi selection na ine veternonje.
Twetumbe mshamba turemeza.
In any electoral process, okwetumbu itakukurateka kuba. Once the results have been declared, it becomes now an election petition. But I am trying to tell you that officials about to cause
that is why it is free and fair.
Officials about to cause right from, let me start from the caliber of people who are chairperson and commissioners, Oshuma, Oijito, Mu districts, Ninga regions, supervisors down. I want to tell you without fear of favor. You know they say, a chain is as good as its what? The strength of a chain is as good as its weakest what? Link. The weakest link in our chain of election officials, Nababa polling day. Because of the qualifications, we have set the bar so low. And I will tell you the truth. In Ghana, a polling official is the caliber of a magistrate, a teacher, somebody with a proven track record in public service. Ito turata hechirango, turenda abantamine O and O level. Some places you even fail to get O and A level, and you have to outsource. So you tell me, if that is the practice, what kind of polling officials are we going to attract from that pool? Commercialization of politics. I'm winding up. It is now a known secret that politicians will wait for us to recruit to Timbena Mazina. We will do everything. We will tick the boxes, recruit them, interview them, pin their lists. As soon as we pin their lists, a sentence is OKUBIRI. The politicians know that we pay them a certain amount of money. It may not even be above 100,000. Wori yat chira mzibra quarter times 10, 500,000. Ikabanke top up. These things I'm saying because I've been around.
They are there.
And this is our community. So commercialization has entered our community, and it is something we need to talk about. I don't know how we shall remove that commercialization of politics, because kunkubanda gamba naba kukubagira manya enyimoko haliyo obworo poverty.
So
now what is the root cause of poverty? Tinkumanya maybe turaza kumatura gambira abantu repent. The kingdom of God is near. Repent. We shall not give up. We shall keep talking about it. But commercialization is something that I would have loved. I would want my counterparts to also put the mirror in my face and tell me where commercialization is coming from. Is it coming from the Electoral Commission? No. Or it's coming from the society? I also want to hear that.
So, finally, to have a trillion to the Kurga. Ukimkumbuka shisho yesiga Electoral Commission kwa TV mpia Tom Karujo tabantu kubara kampe Electoral Commission neza kunda njerani wa mone ni ndaba oni ba MP ninga ni mba chinkwenda. You feel in it? No kora trust to muriwo.
You see, as a chama tegaga ingandana they contradict. Because was never ever fuchoba mchwayo ongakosha akapande ka mission ekeli nka transparency and accountability. Abanja waje umkoti omishango y'ubururu mukaruka 2016 karabatira kashami ka hosting sa or several them but made his track record but him tama ngo banembuzi twabitinga that substantiality yokuhindura kalu with some of the challenges ezokula tukugama because akaruru komuntu tikambe ikizo yesimbe nakamu napora bakatera nangwateri na asset ya Electoral Commission, because Electoral Commission naboma organizing abantu bakanga kubutera kirakore mahoro ngo kumiliyoni 8 zitakubutera. So why can't we say why can't we borrow a leaf from Makatawoka, stand back and acquiring people first? You live with them, you work with them, Bamara Kora, at the end they say we have done it. Because I came kunyitiriza abantu mukolete ibintu okora mwaza polling station mwaro na nabantu batandukana kubura nguko waje mu muza kwa outsourcing aba mwaye batari. Of course currently to the UP to the USE ukanya mwaleta lechera bure polling presiding officer na polling agent, I mean presiding officer na polling assistant. To me say we have a serious problem. Then that cannot convince me niyo kamwe ngwate sente zanje zito mukaruru ngoma munza kubura nabarateza karoka friend fake. Then lastly I think ni kugwa mpiro lastly nza kusima aba baturikirize tunyetime kutureba mu ngawe bataye bitumanya agasa libanda Guinness libanda Dr. Clinton libanda abanyawambara bona bindi skaya batikingirawo reka ona tokiya ya wambara so bini ndabona ari bari no kugira ngo ubu ni ngo bile time is today not in tomorrow nibi ya road map actually no buzu bino kubanza twakwatiye ngato ari gazo mu ngaro zitu twafuna mani gakara kuza kuterera ukamangwa atera mbekiza karuru nkaza kumisayo ninga na yabo akatambura akakwata chairman mu ngaro tumazima one sink no yari medio free and fair part. Okay. Yes, ubwaba buke kunka wagira ki kanzi nyuma yawo. Okay, kandi when shall we nga Ugandans kurangwa isimba nambekize kuya kusinga tumwaza mugoti wamwe
shaza to kandi amonta kwendera kandi shaza to. So Robert wabo tine billioni emone kichwa futa billions zibiri to kwetsimba mu karuru ka parliament
to kubasa
no tandikere.
Who is going to help no kuza futiyambo
taro the country just to go to shambas hanganduza nicyo kurebera hati bayiko
je profit of do kutinu matsukugona
kashigaraye manya nicyo kurebera parliament akahati twine speaker wa parliament uruko za mukoro akagaba billion yesente nicyo kurebera twine bamemba parliament magana atano 573 nabandi kunkaba kubasa kugamba ninka 70 ninga no butahika abandi barahi nibatunga sente zeitu zempa mushoro kuba ngo burwenguzi beikabeshere ko mukorero za parliament nibeja ba waza hansa ya parliament bayida Paul ningira ngo Sky TV je tayari hansa dia parliament one day. It is public. Muzi mure MP agambire murundenga kuba kureba aba mahurre bareba aba mahurre bashora bazomukorero za parliament batandika kugambira mu Rwanda n'urunyako.
Okay.
Konka hafro
mbendo kwendera ashonge nyuma Paulo. I want to agree with him entirely. Commercialization of politics ni literana electoral commission okutumbagira kandi ekyo ticha electoral commission nekyitwa abatezi bakaruru nekyitwa betsimbere itwitu because abatezi bakaruru nobakurwa mabo kwetsimba omuntu akijana etsimba chairman bamore komuro nambweno tipo man newe ningira oriho kugure barikure ko
nagumoreke
Shanaba kubara kikunyore kamera.
So abantu nabamatsuko mwa Paulo gakabwo nagira ate ugenda uze kurya nkabakuri
akanje kampe kariye ugenda
so cyamuheru bana basi ibyo nantumanya electoral commission is sentence important tuganga tuzijamo nomanya Muhammad Desereko wa Kampala Central agira kujya ati you people numujyango MPs kitukora tikiriyo mwije mwetsimbe mwije amukora ibiri tuza kusiba ntubeshengereza numujyango bitukora tabiri umwe mwirugo muze kwetsimbe mwije amukora kukiri byi so numukora muke barabas numukora cyumbururu electoral commission etar fair percentages bije se all that numukora muke
tokubasa kwamatsuko geka yawo ware waho amatsiko mengo kandi nkayatandikira kufu hato kwija nobota kumango bazakusha basente okwetsimba nobota kumango baza kwibaha muhero national bo bibi kukevo kora kikore hatebe okwiba commercialization eyo wishemo yagamba is the order of the day koko botene sente in fact nababaza bakubuza nabakukunda oine sente abakukunda oinesente
abo nabawe sakagira bari bakusha
abawe oinesente zo
uburakanyuko yakubuza twito inesente
it's a clear statement oinesente zo kuyita kancheze twakubuza ngo oinesente zo kuinvestinga oinesente zo kuyita meaning ngo kibeyire ko it is just a normal thing note ko oinesente zo kushisha baza kuzo politics
surplus
iya kandi nicyo kurebera n'abantu ba burijo ko umuntu we no kwetsimba n'abantu bamu expecting aho sen buri yomwe ibyo kuza gukora it's your own business kora noza kutkora jengo utokobostaho botazitaho it is your business
kwita noza kutamba tikyabo
it's not the
oine sente zo kwita
ibuka stoyizire oine sente za hati zo kwita for now hambake abaruko bano bajya konko umuntu ogu ideology omuntu ogu byakozeyo omuntu ogu kwayose nabasa kutamba
so nabazakira nabarera bazakira bakwine
babatso so okugaruka ng'omuntu wazo mu politics wasingwa wagaruka wasingwa nasho wagaruka waragaho wasinga finally norgaho tunge cyo kuba no yenda ahabo kuba baro niba batashyikirize cyo utahano yenda so hariho that kind of ecyo kupushinga kukikora
ebiryo mu misho byo no bireba ko tuyine cyo rakora
turi cyo kubasa kwa no birenze ya misho ugira tunyoni nyega kari kiriya ahabo kuba nenda ngo iki kikuru
kare sibura bareba sky kusibura kimwe
aho yebare munonga Paulo nenda kubasima bagenzi banje namwe n'abari kureba Sky TV nimwe bari kuturikiza kandi nimwe bari no kutereza opportunity yo guma tugambira abantu namunonga nenda kusima Sky TV ahabo mugisha nkogo kwikiriza ngo tugambe tokamanya yitogwito no gugamba ukwinduraho no kwarahanga we bari munonga
okay ye bari banabas now finally Mr. Baine
right
Uganda gihereza amatsiko turebe amatsiko mukaruraka kwija tereza amatsiko ningo gatumare wasterekishane ahabyo kusubira ngo byasa kugenda cyo mukaruraka kwija deno tsibore
right amatsiko go gatubaga gariho banga batubagariho natukunda for God and my country konke kinenda my parting shot nenda kumanyisa abaturikize abari kutureba hano kutu na TV ngo roadmap yeriho it is up and running kandi yatandikire na speed ya Subaru activity 8 bas activity eriho hati demarcation of electoral areas local governments and reorganization of polling stations konka ndikuba mayisango na parliament nayo inobugabe kuza mu nshonga ya constituencies what they call prescription nibo bino bugabe bwo kushara mu hati aho hakurugira ngo mubarire gw'abantu abarugire mu population census okwe ni haza kukotokayo a municipality okwe ni haza kukotokayo a constituency uno mulimo gwabo kuturatunge jo information kwerije to mulimo gwitu no demarcation
of electoral areas
so akazano katandike nabamurikire na the polling period so ekisigize that other time during the polling period it will be the special power of the commission through the chairperson to appoint specific polling days through gazette but generally amasiko ni roadmap na masiko because roadmap is the journey to the polling day so amasiko kugaliyo
okay
and to that extent we are ready
okay kare yebare amoni kaptosha futweyungaho omya FDC kandi katete buriti mai yashika konka ikintu yakateta bakitere amana mengi time bireba kunamiro ba ro contract wa ine contract wakora mu kizege mbamweta bana basi bakekera akakimira mukaruka yero C5 kiruvura ntutwatumwinampa twahiro kutunga bana basi sabize guy Robert as usual bari munonga mbikire ebare kubana itwe is a lawyer and akaza kiko mu kiko kuru wa district ya Sembabure kandi nakora imirimo ye kuno ya umtown and finally twakusimwa Baine Robert Sky TV is open always mamwe kibwera communicatinga numukwata na management numujana mukora communication yanyu kandi abwigisho twatunga twarengurire tukacyavuidinga tubantu kweta notereza contribution ahandi the door is open yabaye munonga kubana itugundo murundi bayeta Paul Abaho da political side nyencha kare twatane a radio 5 mu rwashira tukore na dativa na Petersoni kandi twatane gain abaraye bari function ya Kano Fred Mwesige the ambassador bera hinjero muhara tomorrow twatane mu byone biragenda mu misho umunsi nibingi so kimurakore murare n'obusinge mukama abarinde. Good night.